Hi guys, welcome back to Apex Academy, your ultimate home for all your crypto education. As always guys, please smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, one new video every Friday at around any time that I'm gonna release the video, okay? I don't have an exact time frame. So today what we're gonna discuss is halving, what basically halving is and what is the importance of halving. So before we commence, I would like to announce that currently we have an ongoing class at Apex Academy. We wanted to sign up only 20 students for the class, but we exceeded our threshold by a few numbers. We were able to sign up 29 students in our class. So the next class, for those guys who are asking, is gonna be held in March. So you can start preparing for the next intake, where we're gonna demystify and cover the entire crypto from the basic level, that is the beginner level, all the way up to the advanced level. And so far so good. The feedback we're getting is amazing, and I believe we're gonna make crypto legends from that particular class. So let's dive back into the video on today's session, that is halving. So basically, what is halving and why is halving important in the world of crypto? So most cryptocurrencies, they have what we call a deflationary mechanism, in that the value of an asset should increase in price over time, unlike fiat, which is inflationary. So we have a mechanism called halving that aims at reducing the amount of or the number of coins that are being released in the economy at a specific period. Let's take for an example. You see here we have Bitcoin, okay? But before we go to Bitcoin, first thing first, guys, market cap is 975 billion. We were over the $1 trillion mark few days ago, but due to a pullback that you all anticipated due to people taking off profits, we are back at 975, which is not a bad deal either. So an asset like Bitcoin or a currency like Bitcoin, it has a maximum supply, which is 21 million Bitcoins. However, all these coins are not yet in circulation, and that is because every day we have a certain number of bitcoins that are released to the economy. For example, with the current halving rate of 6.25 bitcoins per block, it means that on average we receive 900 new bitcoins in the economy every day. Let me show you how that is working. So currently, the mining reward that one is receiving per block is at 6.25 bitcoins. Okay, so let me just take this calculator so that you can work this out together. My calculator is not responding. Calculator, there we go. So with 144 blocks being mined on a daily basis, that sums up to 144 multiplied by 6.25, and that gives us 900 new bitcoins every day. So when you go to CMC, you can see right now we are at 19,267, 362. So tomorrow, this value is gonna be added by 900, because that is the current halving rate. So halving is done so that we can release Bitcoin to the economy every day. And most crypto projects, not most, but some of these crypto projects, they have now what you call the halving mechanism. So what is halving in simple terms? Halving is a period or a process where the rewards that are released to the economy are cut into half. And in Bitcoin, halving takes place after every 4 years. That means after every 4 years, the rewards being released are cut into half. Right now, we are at 900 bitcoins every day. So, in the next 4 years, which is the next halving event next year, around April, we're gonna see 450 new bitcoins being added to the economy instead of the 900 that you're utilizing right now. So, let's dive into the video. So, let's see some of these projects that have halving events and when are these next halving events that are gonna occur. We have Flax, of course. The next block is gonna be at 1.3 million. The next halving event is 4th of February, that is next month, and this is the countdown that's gonna happen. It's still live. This is a live countdown. You can see right now at 37, 36, 35. Then we have the handshake. This is another crypto project that has the halving mechanism. Then we have Litecoin, of course. We have the Bitcoin SV. And Bitcoin SV, don't confuse it with Bitcoin. Because if you check the current price of BSV, that is Bitcoin SV, you can see it's now at around $42 there. Let me just confirm. 42.94. So what is Bitcoin SV? So because we have Bitcoin SV, we have Bitcoin Cash, we have Bitcoin. So Bitcoin Cash was a fork of Bitcoin. Okay, a fork is where a blockchain can go in two ways, in that it can form another version of a coin. So we have Bitcoin, then we have Bitcoin Cash, which was a fork of BTC. Then we have BSV, which was now a fork of BCH. So don't confuse these three coins. Bitcoin is the father, then BCH, a fork of BTC, then BSV, which is a fork of BCH. If you check the price of BCH, okay, let's just check the price of BCH. So BCH right now is going at around, let me just see, I'm not so sure the current price, 120 USD. But the all-time high for BCH, if you can check together, guys, the all-time high for BCH is around the all-time high $4,000. So it's still at a very good pickup point as at this time. And if it goes back to all-time high, you can imagine you're $120. It's gonna give you slightly more than $4,000 if we go back to the all-time high. And this is possible. Money is gonna be made in the next bull run, and a bull run is always occasioned by what you call a halving process. So whenever halving occurs, I have said that the rewards of Bitcoin or that particular assets are cut into half. So when Bitcoin was being developed in 2009, Satoshi managed to mine around 22,000 blocks. Back then, the reward per block was 50 Bitcoins. That implies if Satoshi was able to mine 22,000 blocks of Bitcoin, okay? 22,000 blocks. So the reward back then, 22,000. The reward back then was 50 Bitcoins per block. Satoshi was able to mine 1.1 million Bitcoins. And that is why we always say this is the richest person on the planet in terms of Bitcoin, because he has over 1 million Bitcoins. Nobody can even come near to him. We've had companies that are holding a substantial amount of Bitcoins, companies like Binance around 56,000 Bitcoins, and so on and so forth. So when Bitcoin was developed, as I mentioned earlier, the reward was 50 Bitcoins per block. So a block is basically a set of data that contains information pertaining particular transactions. So whenever miners mine that block and they're able to verify some transactions and they produce that hash ID, they get that reward. So back then, the reward was 50 Bitcoins per block. So after 4 years, that was I think in 2012, the reward was cut into half. Instead of now 50 Bitcoins, it was now 25 Bitcoins per block. Then come again the next halving, 2016, from 25 Bitcoins, the reward was now cut again into half, into 12.5 Bitcoins. So in the last Bitcoin halving, that was in 2020, the reward was again cut from 12.5 Bitcoins to 6.25 Bitcoins. And that is where we are right now. The current reward for mining a Bitcoin block now stands at 6.25 Bitcoins. So let's see what is going to happen in the next halving. What are some of the things that come when Bitcoin halving or halving takes place? We've seen the next Bitcoin halving is going to occur in the next 1 year, 118 days. That's around 430 something days. And if you check randomly online, you'll see we have so many platforms that are counting down this particular halving. You can see right now we are at 432 days away. And estimated time is, I think, March 27 next year. Next year, 2024. So at the moment, we have mined around 600 and something thousand blocks. So when we come to 2024, we will have mined 840,000 blocks of Bitcoin. Okay? Remember, halving happens after every 4 years. And in those 4 years, with a rate of 144 blocks per day, it means by the time we get to the next halving, you will have mined 210,000 blocks of Bitcoin. Okay? Hope we get up that particular point. So this is what halving does. When halving takes place, the number of Bitcoins being released to the economy is normally cut into half. That creates what we call decrease in supply. And as we all know from economics, decrease in supply and increased demand will always push the price of an asset higher. Assuming be it commodity, be it food, whichever goods, whenever there is increased demand and there is decreased supply, then the price of the assets is gonna go up. And I'll show you guys historically how it has been whenever we have a halving process in Bitcoin, because reward is cut into half If the miners who are mining bitcoins, they know that in the next couple of days, the next 434 days, their reward is going to be cut into half. Assuming you are a miner, you have an S9 at miner plugged in your whatever mining farm, and currently you are mining about currently 6.25 bitcoins per block. And then in the next 432 days, these bitcoins that you are getting per block are gonna be cut into half. That sums it to about 3.075 there. I'm not so sure. So that implies you'll have decreased supply. But remember, the price of Bitcoin, the market cap, and the supply should all balance. Okay? So that basically means that the price of Bitcoin is gonna go up because you have to balance these equations, you have to balance these metrics, you have to balance the issue of the price, the market cap, and the supply. And that is why, because we have decreased supply and increased demand, Bitcoin will always go up after every halving process. Let me show you guys historically how it has been throughout. So this was, I think, in 2009, we had the halving event. So after the halving event, of course, Bitcoin went up because we have decreased supply and the miners' reward have been reduced so as to make the reward feel less worth. Of course, the price of Bitcoin goes up, and this thing is just magical because decreased supply, people are waiting for the halving. They know after the halving, money is gonna reduce in supply. That means Bitcoin is gonna reduce in supply. So they pump in more money, expecting a mega bull run, and it has always happened. We had a bull run here after the Bitcoin halving. Back to 2012, after the halving again, we had another bull run. Okay, 2016, after the halving, we had another bull run. 2020, after the halving, we had another bull run, and that is when Bitcoin went, I think, in 2021. This bull run may not actually take place immediately after halving, but the following year, after the halving, that is when we see new all-time highs being formed. Look at Bitcoin. 2020 we had the halving, but what did we see in 2021? A new all-time high of $68,000. So the next halving event is gonna occur in 2023 around April. So we might not see that bull run in 2023, but come 2024, the immediate year after the halving process, expect to see massive gains in the cryptocurrency space. Expect to see bull runs. Expect to see new all-time highs forming. I have given you a perfect example. BCH, a project that is a fork of Bitcoin. The all-time high for BCH is $4,800. Current price, I don't know why this is not loading. Bitcoin Cash. Let me just type in the name. Current price for Bitcoin Cash, $120. You can easily get one Bitcoin Cash right now, or even two. Then once we get to the bull run, once the halving takes place, expect BCH to form another all-time high. Even if it won't form a new all-time high, it will somehow come closer to its previous all-time high of $4,000. And that's gonna give you even 40x your money. I believe if you put your money in a bank institution right now, they're not gonna give you 40 times your investment in the next even 10 years. Okay, guys, that's it about halving. So keep in mind the halving dates. This is what has been happening. I said when we started in 2009, the reward per block was 50 bitcoins. After the next halving event, this was cut to 25 bitcoins. Then it was cut further to 12.5 bitcoins. Right now we are at 6.25 bitcoins. In the next 434 days, this is gonna be cut into half, into 3.7. Let me just get the math right, okay? 6.25 divided by 2. 6.25 divided by 2. Let's get it right. My calculator is not popping up. Okay, here we go. 6.25 divided by 2. Let's get how many bitcoins will be released in the economy. Back then, divide by 2. 3.125 actually bitcoins will be released to the economy. That implies that the reward are gonna be cut into half. So if you take this multiplied by the 144 blocks, 3.125 multiplied by 144, that is 3.125 multiplied by 144 blocks, that's gonna give you 450 bitcoins. That means more less bitcoins being released, more demand, of course, market goes parabolic, market goes bullish. So in preparation for halving, what you should be doing right now is accumulating these assets. Accumulate these coins because the next bull run is coming. The halving is around the corner. So don't say you are not told. Don't say you are not aware of what is going to happen in 2024. You You've seen it historically, what has been happening. Okay, this is I'm not making this thing up. This is data that is there on the internet. You can go there and you can verify this information independently. Something else, please ensure that you have these coins in your portfolio, coins that have a halving mechanism, because they aim at reducing the supply in the market and increasing the value of the assets that are in the market. Something else about the miners, they know their reward is going to be cut into half. So, of course, automatically, for that balancing to be there, price needs to adjust so that the miners can feel even accommodated. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at Apex Crypto Academy on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Remember to subscribe, guys, and bye bye. Till next time, God bless you. Ciao.